It's Marklemore.
Yeah, it's really him.
Yo, chill, my loves, chill. Plenty of Marklemore to go around for all.
Marklemore, you're so lit. Could you rap for us a little bit, like just a taste?
Ooh, all good, all good. Peace and love, my loves. Marklemore gonna lay some lines on you. Give me a beat. My name is Mark, and I come to say I went to the thrift shop just the other day. I wore your granddad's clothes. I got punched in the nose. But do I hate? No way.
Oh, Mark Lamore, you're so brilliant. It even rhymed in everything.
I know. That's how I go. Oop, I did it again.
Mr. Lamore.
It's Mark Lamore. Lamore ain't my last name.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Mark. I mean Mark Lamore. Hey, can I get you to write a history of rap for my site?
Oh, possibly. What's the rag?
I write for the Nifty Music Fanboy blog. We just got our 10th reader.
I don't got no time for that. You know how many legit music sites want me to write for them? Now, who wants to polish my bling?
Me.
Well, that was fail. I wonder how you could get an influencer like that to write for you.
Everyone's talking about influencer marketing these days, but usually they mean by that getting some influencer to mention your brand or your product or even recommend it.
Right.
But let's take it to another level, Eric. Now, what if you wanted to get a real influencer in your market space to write for your site, to actually publish content under your brand? That would be even more challenging, right?
Right, because the level of commitment is so much higher. Producing an original piece of content takes way more effort than doing a few retweets or giving someone a shout out. Mm-hmm. But it's also way more valuable. When a respected authority publishes on your site, his or her reputation is reflected onto your site.
And potentially they bring a lot of their audience to your site as well.
Indeed.
So if it involves a lot more commitment and work for the influencer, it follows that it must be harder to convince them to do it. Now, how do you help our clients to get top influencers and subject matter experts to write for them?
Well, first, you have to assess whether they have the time or desire to write for other sites. Some are so busy they rarely or never do, and for others, that's just not their thing.
So you shouldn't put all your efforts into reaching out to just one influencer, and you should do your homework to know who's worth targeting.
Yes. Next, you have to ask if writing for your particular site is the best use of their time. An influencer is going to get a lot of requests. You have to be sure that your pitch really stands out. But even more important, the influencer needs to be sure that being on your site won't damage their reputation. That means you need to get them to know you and your brand before you reach out to them, so they'll have a feel for you and come to trust you, and will feel safe being associated with you.
And I'd imagine that they not only want to be sure being on your site won't hurt them, they also want to know if it will help them in some way.
Exactly. They'll want to know what's in it for them. I know that sounds like point number 2 about the best use of their time, but this goes beyond that. You need to include a clear statement of the value to the influencer. What audience will they be exposed to that would be helpful to them? How will the post be promoted, for example?
Okay. So, or maybe you could offer to share some compelling data with them that they could use for the content.
Or sometimes it might even just be that you can show that you share a lot of the same values or goals. The main thing is that it needs to be a mutually beneficial partnership. The influencer has no doubt that you'll get something out of it. It's only fair that they do too.
Well, thanks, Eric. Now, you've written an in-depth article on this topic where you offer a number of hacks and tactics that site owners and publishers can use to increase their chances of getting influencers to write for them. Our viewers can find that at the link on the screen right now, or in the episode notes on our blog at stonetemple.com.
Hey, I understand there's an aspiring rap music blogger who's a fan of Here's Why.
Really?
I wonder if we'll ever know if this episode helped him. Wow, Mark Lamore, I'm so pumped about the article you wrote for my music blog.
I know you should be. But hey, we sure didn't get off to a great start, right?
Well, that's for sure, and it was all my fault.
Yes, it was.
But I learned the right way to reach out to you and show you that it would be valuable to you to write for my audience.
Hey, that you did. But hey, my man, where did you learn how to do that?
What, from watching the Here's Why videos with Mark and Eric?
I know those guys. My favorite YouTube channel. They so rock.
Totally. And the tall one is so smart.
Gotta give you that, my man. But the short guy, he's much better looking.